women do not date out of their race enough, and God, please release my sisters from the shackle of only dating black men. I feel like it's time for us to explore our options. It's way more of life to see, way more experiences to have.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So as per the title guys, you can see in today's video, we're going to be talking about this content creator that I came across there on TikTok. This male was ultimately saying something that me and so many other black content creator women within this space, we have been saying for the longest of time. You guys know any other day of the week, I wouldn't necessarily come out here and agree with anything that any of these male have to say. But I do have to say this male was literally spitting nothing but facts, because at the end of the day, just like you guys are momentarily going to listen to him talk about how unfortunately there's way too many DDG around ultimately within the black community. And unfortunately, like I have spoke before, we have a lot of these dust bucket just coming out here running amok. And unfortunately, we will have their very low self-esteem mom, their very much low self-esteem auntie, sister, grandmother. These women will be coming out here knowing that these dust bucket are just coming out here being despicable, being degenerate. And unfortunately, we will have a lot of these male worshiper, male identified women coming out here and enabling these very much dust bucket, dusty behavior, right? Nonetheless, guys, listen to what this content creator had to say about there's ultimately too many dusty men such as DDG around, and then we will come back with more.
I really didn't want to talk about this situation because there's nothing to kiki and cackle about, but there's a lot of things that I'm seeing that are bothering me, and I just have to get it off my chest. Thing number one is this. You cannot say protect black women, then when you find out that the perpetrator is black, all of a sudden you want to take it back. It just don't work like that. We're not in a generation where we're attacking black men. We're in a generation where we're holding black men accountable. We live in a world where we make generalizations a little too much, and you know what? I don't want the exceptional black men to be in the bunch with the niggas that I don't want to claim. So that weird uncle, I'm calling you out, because real niggas don't move like that. That husband that is sitting around beating on his wife and sitting around beating on his girlfriend, sitting around hitting on his daughter, I'm calling you out, because a real black king wouldn't do that to a queen. We have to say something. We've been silent and shut for too long. And if we spoke up sooner, maybe baby girl would have lived to see the day. And we called him out sooner, maybe there wouldn't even be a police report. My other problem with this situation is this. You have to beware and very aware of a man who is jealous of you as a woman. That girl is a real star. She's been in motion picture films. She has hit music. She's known around the world. When she walks down the road, it's Halle, Halle, Halle. When she gets to the carpet, Halle, Halle, turn this way. And when we're talking about him, we have to say her name to remember who he is. That nigga's jealous of her. She wasn't in a relationship with a fan and a supporter. She was in a relationship with a man who was in competition, because that nigga don't want to be a streamer. He wants to be a rapper, but none of you are listening. So when you're with somebody who has power outside of the house, that man is going to assert his power when y'all get in it. So of course he's going to raise his hand to the queen. He's going to disrespect and dishonor the mother of his children. He's going to sit around and embarrass her. He got to feel powerful in that crib, because when she steps over the threshold, she's the real powerhouse. You got to be careful of a man who's jealous of you, because this is the type of shit they will do. Hold these niggas hold them accountable. And y'all find ways to excuse and justify and make abuse okay. There's documentation and a restraining order.
So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, you guys know I don't tend to agree with these male, but I do have to say now and then you will come across one of these male that they do be having something valid to say. This is why a lot of y'all don't understand why I continue to put the dust bucket himself, the deadbeat Umar Johnson, within some of my content. And the reason, because you guys, once again, even though we already know that the vast majority of these male are indeed some dust bucket, but we have to admit, guys, sometimes these dust bucket, they will be making sense. And for all of you guys that are continuously coming out here asking why I continue to incorporate the dust bucket, the deadbeat Umar Johnson, that is precisely why. Because when he come out here and talk about black male coming out here and getting the non-black woman that white men and other group of male don't really want, I mean, is he lying by saying that? Nonetheless, guys, you guys already know I also had to hop into the comment section to see what people are sounding off saying. And you guys can see here, we have the first commentator say, thank you. We have this one say, a jealous man is a dangerous one. And that is so true. This one say, preach. This one say Halle Bailey, Keke Palmer, Tiana Taylor, and the list goes on. The most recent one we can also add to this list is Kai Jackson, because at the end of the day, regardless of these women being young, successful, beautiful, literally these girls have access to all type of men. They have access to men literally from all walk of life. But this is precisely why I continue to talk about it. Don't necessarily matter whether black women are average 9 to 5, or we have these celebrity black women coming out here. As you guys can see, it don't matter where these women are geographically located. Unfortunately, a lot of black women seem to be very much obsessed with the notion of this struggle love BS, which is something that I have been asking for the longest of time. Do you guys not know that there's no reward for you coming out here and being in this struggle predicament? Because at the end of the day, all of these girls that this commentator mentioned, Halle Bailey, Keke Palmer, Tiana Taylor, and we also can add Sky Jackson to that. We can add Kyla Pratt. We can add so many other black women. All of these male that this woman was with, we know that at the end of the day, there's only going to be one dusty result. All of these male that these women were involved with, they all have left them single baby mama. These male, in one way or another, they made it their little dusty mission for them to come out here and embarrass these women. Halle Bailey, everybody at this point is very much privy to what she's currently going through with this dust bucket, because once again, Halle Bailey was at the pinnacle of her career, but once again, black women have this obsession with them coming out here, dating down. Does this woman not know that had they not been who they are, these lowest hanging group of society wouldn't even give them the time of the day? This is precisely why I continue to ask the question, why do black women continuously come out here, date down? Because once again, had these black women not been who they are, the lowest hanging group of society wouldn't even give them the time of day. Black women, whenever they had managed to position themselves in a very good, stable position, for whatever reason, black women feel like it is their job, it is their responsibility for them to come out here and run these charity. Because once again, all of these ladies that this content creator here just mentioned, all of them decided that they were going to go out here, they were going to date down. And how did that work out for them? Because at the end of the day, these lowest hanging group of society, regardless of them coming out here talking about they want these traditional women, we already know the lowest hanging group of society don't really know what the concept of being a traditional man mean. Because these dust bucket will be coming out here yelling on top of their dirty long, talking about how they want to go back in time when women were traditional. Mind you, they will disregard the fact that men, when women were quote unquote traditional, these dust bucket will negate the whole fact that man was the one fronting the bill, man was the one taking care of the household. These quote unquote traditional women that y'all be talking about, do you guys not know that these women didn't have to go out their house and work, because once again, their men were taking care of them? These dust bucket will be coming out here talking about they want traditional women, all while most of the time they wouldn't even have a job, and if they do, they still expect you as a woman to be going 50-50 with them. Once again, I'm not really sure why young, beautiful, successful black women continuously come out here and make these mistakes over and over. This one say, quote unquote, he wants to be a rapper, but none of you are listening. This one say, Halle been Halle way before he even pick up a camera. This one say period. This one say Halle is the only reason I know who DDD even is. And this is what I have been saying for the longest of time. Whenever I do come out here and talk about that dust bucket, because once again, regardless of him continuously coming out here telling us, the public, that we need to mind our business, the only reason why we're privy to what continue to happen within his personal life is because he's the one that continue to feed us the content, but yet he have the audacity to come out here and be telling us to mind our business. And we already know these males don't have any resource, they don't have any autonomy, but boy oh boy do these low-hanging group of society have some audacity. This one say, you took me to church. This one say, Chris Brown was the only man ever held accountable. This one say, I'm leaving my husband because I'm in the same situation as Halle, but I do not have kids. Thank God, enough is enough. Good for you. This one say, quote unquote, he doesn't want to be a streamer, he wants to be a rapper, but y'all won't listen. Say it again, I've been saying it for years. This one say, he was her biggest op. I hate this for her. This one say, girl, I call him Halle baby daddy. This one say, he want to be a rapper, but nobody is listening. Once again, just regurgitating what he said, right? This one say, thank you. It's insane how people are bashing Halle, even her black sister, not this one here. What is wrong with people? And lastly, guys, this commentator here say, y'all not hearing him. Once again, I hate the fact that I have to come out here and agree with this male, but like I said, these males, sometimes they will be making sense. So nonetheless, guys, this is all that I have to say on this whole predicament. What do you guys think about this content creator saying that there's way too many dusty DDG within the black community? And unfortunately, it's not only that these lowest hanging group wouldn't necessarily take accountability, but unfortunately, we also have the women within their close proximity that continue to enable their very much disgusting, dusty behavior. What are your thoughts and opinion, or please get in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.
Black women, it's time to hold ourselves accountable because we are reaping what we sowed. We have lied and gassed black men up for centuries, letting them think that they are kings with no kingdoms, letting them think that they are the emperor when they are naked. And now we are dealing with the consequences of those actions. Instead of being honest with black men and requiring them to do better for not only themselves, but the community that they helped create, we have allowed them to tear it apart and then put it back together quietly behind their backs and then still let them get the credit for it.